Hello there, YouTube. I'm at my normal Kalama stop, although I don't have to stop every day with this one. This thing has crazy range, a 6-gallon tank or something. The hell, that F3 has 7.1. I got to stop every day with it. But Kelly and I rode around on Sunday for, hours. I don't think it went that many miles, but we just spent a lot of time goofing off. And anyway, the ride to work, and now almost to the halfway point. Stopping for gas. I've been filming where I filmed draining the oil last night in the Spider. It's a cool ship. You hear the ship horn out there? Ship horn sounds so cool. Going down the Columbia out there. But I did a little Instagram picture joking about hauling BRP parts on my on my Harley. This is the little town of Kalama. I've taken you guys through here before. I love how it's kind of old and nostalgic looking. Got that old western storefront look going on. Whoop, too many. 18 miles an hour is a little too slow for third gear, I reckon. Last time I drove you guys through here, that thing was slam full of kids playing ball. Look at it, it hadn't even been mowed in a while. It's kind of a mess out there. It's funny how those seasons come and go. I think I was on the iron. I looped you guys around by that little lake. What is it? Crest Lake? The sign kind of went by really quick. Case with a K. But look at this hill here in the summertime when it's dry like this. This looks like something you'd see in California. I could tell you guys I was out around Yosemite, in those foothills prior to getting in there. You'd never know the difference. You'd be going, oh, what's he doing back down there again? I mean, all that grass is always just lush and green. I mean, Irish green. Not so much when it stays nice and dry around here. Did something to my shoulder. My damn shoulder's hurting. Tweaked around doing something. So when I ride with my hand on the bar for a bit, my shoulder starts to ache. Something I did yesterday, because I kind of woke up with it this morning. Maybe I slept wrong or something. Isn't that amazing they go to the trouble to cut all that rock out of that hill? They drill it, explode it, just to make this road. This was probably the main road through here. Because I would imagine down there at the bottom, putting that freeway in, I don't know if that required some landfill to do that or what. But, for them to go to that much trouble to put this road in, obviously this was probably a major route. This could have been the old Highway 99 from way back when. So the driver doesn't wave, but the passenger does. But Kelly and I will do that. She'll wave at somebody and say, who are you waving at? The damn motorcycle just passed. Shit, I didn't even see him. Conserve water. Yep, there's still that fire haze out there. Should be able to see out over Longview really well. Now it's just this funky looking haze. And there's like that little shootout. The main Columbia is out against that hill. But that's pretty large right there in its own right. Wow. I have no idea what I did to my shoulder. I mean, it's been kind of aching me, and it didn't bother me coming to work, but man, coming coming down the freeway, I'm like, jeez, it's killing me. Maybe I'm spending too much time on motorcycles and I need to take a break. Can't say that, because I'm about to take a fairly big trip. It'll be in that, it won't be that big, 2,000 plus range. Me and the little woman just gonna go goof off. Well, we are gonna do the Spiders in the Redwoods event. We're gonna go check that out. That should be really fun. It sounds like this thing's gonna be really big, so it'll be fun to check all that out. Look, it's the Statue of Liberty. That thing has literally been there for, geez, over 30 years. Crazy, huh? They're doing some kind of construction there. Oh man, and I see the sign. What is this gonna say? Road closed 1.1 miles ahead. Business open. I know you are not gonna turn me back all the way to Kalama. Local traffic only. Dead end. Oh no. You can't be serious. I'm gonna literally have to loop all the way back out. Watch, this guy's gonna stop me too. That means this road is like closed. If it says closed only through traffic, I mean, you got the intersection up here. So at some point, she's gonna be completely closed. And I might as well just accept my fate and just turn around. But let's see what happens anyway, right? Man, and it's right there. There's Unique RV sitting right there. Oh man, I've got to be able to get through. Wow, that would really suck. About to see what's going to happen here. Road closed. She's just shut down. You gotta be kidding me. Yep. That's nuts. That is some stupid stuff right there. That guy standing there looking at me like he's challenging me. I literally have to go all the way where I just came from. I take the entire route back, all the way back to Kalama. Oh my Lord. Now, when you turn on this thing, there couldn't be a sign saying, you know, X miles ahead, this road comes to just a dead blunt end. Yeah, I gotta go all the way back to Camp Kalama. I mean, it's not, well, yeah, I'll be in Kalama. I mean, I don't have to go all the way back to where I got gas, but dang near. Jeez. I can't believe I'm going all the way back here. I have no choice but to take the freeway. See, I was going to take you guys on a nice casual little back road thing here. It's by that lake that I turned in. Well, we'll get to see what the sign says now. This customer comes in, they've got, you know, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 miles, maybe more on it since I did that big service. And anyway, no way this thing needs any kind of brake fluid flush, you know. Well, the brakes are soft. They have those seal board floorboards, you know. So you know, the pedal only goes so far before it evens up. Excuse me. Before it evens up with the floorboard. Well, this thing goes right to that point, and you got to pump this thing 3 or 4 times to get the pressure to build up. And then you let go, and you can grab hold of it 10 seconds later, and it goes right to the board again. I mean, it's holy shit. I don't know if you guys seen off of that, but that was like a straight drop right there. Wow, it's been a long time since I've come this direction on this. Woo! That was creepy. There was a cool little trail that walked out over there. And, God, there was, I want to say there was a house sitting where it was. Was this it here? No, that's an older house. I don't know, but Kelly and I used to go out to the tip of that trail and watch the traffic go by. I don't recall where it's at. But anyway, so, you know, I'm like, well, something's got to be funky with the master cylinder, you know, so the brake fluid is still clean. So I tried bleeding the master cylinder. There's a way you can do that, right as what they call a tandem master cylinder, because it's literally 2 master cylinders, you know, one for the front and rear brakes, and it's kind of built into one. So anyway, I tried bleeding. I mean, nothing. This thing's just rock solid. I mean, just soft. Nothing. There's no air coming out. Something's definitely wrong here. So, and I've had to replace these master cylinders before, you know, people not changing their brake fluid. I'm not going to pay you to do that service, so they just let it rot, you know, and then the master cylinder goes bad. Just like it will in your car and stuff, you know. Same way you order up a master cylinder, and this is the whole, what I've told you, the people that borrowed the demo. You know, and this is, you know, it's going to be about a 4-hour job to swap this master cylinder and flush the brakes, you know, properly. And, you know, I'm booked up. Actually, I'm even scheduled after I get back from vacation. I'm scheduled so far out. And, anyway, they got slipped in out of the schedule. And, you know, I keep saying, I said, I guarantee this is not going to, oh, just look at it. I said, it's going to be something big. The brakes don't just go soft like that and it not be something big. Of course, changing the master cylinder is a big deal on a Spider. So I got caught up, and I had a gap in time. And I go, I'm gonna bust this master cylinder out before I get out of here tonight. So I go tear it into it. Well, you know, you got this lateral support, frame support. You got to take the bolts out of that, and well, this whole deal. You got to take the right hand foot pedal bracket or whatever. Jeez, that's on like 4th gear. So anyway, I'm just, you know, yarding these bolts out, and they always come out slow because BRP has this Loctite stuff they put on their on all their bolts. And so I'm ratcheting this thing off of here. Is not, you don't want to hit those things with air because it like activates that Loctite, and the bolt will act like it's cross-threaded or seized. So I'm going away here, and I just happen to look to my left, and I can look right down the right-hand side of the swing arm, and I see this big blob of something sitting on top of the swing arm. And so anyway, I look again. I thought, you know, just something flung off the wheel and a wad of something. You know, I look again. I go, man, that's like a huge chunk of grease or something. You know, I'm trying to think, you know, what the hell would you run over that would just plop itself on the swing arm like that? So I'm still ratcheting away, and I'm looking at that thing, and I'm going, finally I'm just like, what the hell is that? So I stop what I'm doing. I walk around to the back of the bike and look in between the exhaust and the wheel at the right swing arm. And I reach up and I grab that thing, and it's a little plastic strip where the brake line and the the ABS sensor wire goes through. This thing's just melted up into a wad. And I'm like, oh man. I've seen these things melted before, but nothing like this. I mean, nothing like this. Was the craziest looking thing. It looked like somebody literally reached in there with a blowtorch and melt down. Because I've seen people take off with their park brake on, and how on earth you couldn't know that park brake is dragging is just, I mean, absolutely baffles the mind. I mean, you really got to flog these things to overpower that park brake. Anyway, I'm thinking, well, holy crap. And I know I've already, because they were insisting it was the brake pads causing it. Because they're looking at the pads, and the pads look thin. Well, the new pads since 2012 are only 3 millimeters thick when they're brand new. There's a lot of backing on them, you know, trying to keep these things quiet. So it's made out of longer lasting material, and it has a lot of brake quiet like material behind the pads. So anyway, the pads themselves are real thin, but they actually last longer than the old thick ones did. But anyway, so I look again, the pads are good. I'm looking at that disc, and you know, it doesn't have any of the classic, you know, purple, you know, well overheated disc look to it, you know. So I'm like, how did this thing get melted like this? And I'm going, this just doesn't make any sense. And then I see the little sensor trigger. It looks like a little sprocket that bolts outside the disc, and it's where the little sensor trigger, you know, it's measuring the wheel turning. It's used for the vehicle stability control, traction control, ABS, you know, it's the sensor for the rear wheel. And it looks like some of the plastic's been blown at it. There's like literally chunks of that plastic that I can reach up with my fingernail and peel it off. And I'm going, what in the hell? It's like freaking me out. I can't figure out what's going on. And then I look to the inside, which would be the left-hand side of the muffler. They have a Two Brothers carbon fiber exhaust on it. And I see a hole in the side of the exhaust about the size of $50. And what was going on? The exhaust was blowing out the side of the muffler, literally right on. How it didn't burn through that sensor wire, I have no idea. But it burnt, you know how they have steel braided lines nowadays have that clear coating on them, so that, you know, because them things you could use them as a saw blade. But it had melted some of that coating off of there. It didn't hurt the brake line at all. I mean, it's stainless steel. I mean, you can't hurt it. But what it did, that exhaust blowing on there, got the brake fluid in that line so hot that it actually boiled it and created air bubbles in it. So it took literally took me about 2 minutes to flush that rear caliper. Boom, she's got brakes. So who'd have ever thunk it? And I even looked back there. I didn't look up and on the swing arm up there. You know, you're always looking at pads and stuff like that. I know I just bled the thing, so you know, it can't be air in the lines. You know, these things just don't get air in the lines. You know, you got to take something apart to make them do that. Well, when the exhaust blows on a brake hose and heats it to a crazy temperature, I can do it. But shockingly, that sensor wire, good thing it was on the other side of the cable. The cable worked like a heat barrier for it, or the hose. So anyway, I gave her a good flushing, and good thing I didn't get the master cylinder out yet, because she don't need a master cylinder. I am going to hold off just a second here, because I got a bike rolling up on me. Let's see what we got here. It's rolling up pretty good. I guess I'm only going 74, so I'm not going Speedy Gonzalez by any means. Listen to this thing. Oh my God. It's a freaking C50 Suzuki. It's a VL800 with like open pipes. He sounds like he's riding that thing in 4th gear. get that tank filled up. Look, I'm already an eighth of a tank down. Son of a gun. I knew that thing didn't look filled. Now it's going to skew my gas mileage thing. There's no way I've gone through an eighth of a tank. You guys were with me when I filled it up. Yeah, I screwed up. I knew that sucker looked like it was too deep or too far down. But it's, you know, it gets to that little splash and I stopped. Now watch this trucker take my exit. Anyway, I'm officially gone. Thank you guys very much, and thanks for your patience if you watched all this. But I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you for a long time later. How about that?